We are just getting started with our American Revolution writing unit. And the last time we met, we talked about different ways that we looked at a piece of writing about the American Revolution, and we kind of did an inquiry of what were the different parts and how could they go to get a vision for what we might write. Today I want to teach you what information writers do once they have an idea of what they're going to write about. And that's this, specifically, information text writers organize their writing, right? From the very beginning, you can imagine the different parts and the ways they go. To do this, you want to make a plan for maybe how you might structure your different subheadings or your subsections, however you define them. Sometimes, because we're going to be writing a part of history, we're writing an all about section of the American Revolution. So one way you could organize it is chronologically. That means sequentially. First this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Or you could also organize it categorically. And by that you might have to imagine, like, how do these events fit together and how do these events fit together? And then as writers, there's always, you can invent a new way to structure your writing. Be creative. If there's a new way that you can think of, do it. Always think of your readers, though. Is this going to make sense to your readers? So I'm going to write my all about piece, and I just want to show you what I would do if I'm first writing it on the page. So I might first think to myself, well, if I'm going to write an all about piece, all about the American Revolution, I might first think chronologically. So it would start with the French and Indian War, would be like a first cause. I could also then move to the Intolerable Acts, the different taxes. And I think after that, from what I know, it was the Boston Massacre, right? Things of this nature. Then I think the Boston Tea Party, and so on and so forth, right? You see how I'm going like chronologically. First this happened, then this happened, and this happened. Another way I could think of this is almost like categories, right? Of things that go together, because I feel like some of the things that caused the American Revolution were kind of violent. There was war involved. There was, very unsafe things happening, and other things were more political, things that were happening with the Parliament and things of that nature. Causes of the American Revolution. Notice I use a lot of abbreviations because it's my writing. I know what I'm writing about. So I might say, some causes were violent, and maybe other causes were, when you're making a web, it's helpful to make your circle after you write it. They were almost like political. All right, now I make my circle. So some of the violent causes could be the French and Indian War. That would be one. Another violent one would be the Boston Massacre, right? And I could put maybe Paul Revere's Ride, because he was for telling everyone that the British were coming with their troops. Some political events could be the Intolerable Acts, things of that nature, right? Also, maybe the Continental Congress, right? All right. So you see the way I could, different ways I could categorize my writing. And so I might decide when I write this that I'm first going to write about the political causes and maybe some of the violent causes of the American Revolution. Then again, you can always do your writing online on a doc. And if to do that, it might look like this, right? So I made a couple of structures. I made a chronological structure using bullets, and I made a categorical structure using, I guess I'll label it category, using the different kinds of causes, and I made a little table here. Both of these ways are available to you. But the point I want to tell you about your writing is this. Whenever you have a piece of information text writing, and specifically historical writing, when you're writing about history, you want to, from the very outset, think about how you're going to organize it. Are you going to organize it chronologically in order, or are you going to imagine different categories? You have been reading about the causes of American Revolution, so think about the things that you know a lot about that you'd like to write a lot about. I wish you lots of luck and fun today as you're writing, and I'll see you later online.